Republican lawmakers in Florida want bloggers who write about elected officials to register with the state, raising concern among First Amendment groups who are calling the proposal unconstitutional. The bill filed by Senator Jason Brodier of Lake Mary would require bloggers to file periodic reports with the state if they are paid for posts about the state's governor, lieutenant governor, cabinet members, or legislative officials. Bloggers would have to disclose who paid them and how much, along with other information such as where the post is located online. They would be fined $25 per each day the report is late, up to a maximum of $2,500 for each report. The legislation would not apply to content on the website of a newspaper or other similar publication. The proposal filed last week has already begun to draw criticism from First Amendment groups who argue it violates press freedoms. This is an attempt by Republicans in Florida to limit and control free speech. It's an attempt to bring critics to heel, and it's an attempt to make sure that people who want to talk about you think really hard before they do so. I think this also shows how fragile and weak Republicans really are. The fact they really want to put this type of legislation forward because they are so terrified of people speaking the truth about them. Apparently, the only type of free speech Republicans truly support is speech they agree with. And it's similar to Republicans and their interpretation of Christianity. They completely ignore the dozens of Bible passages that tell Christians to sell all of their possessions and give the profits to the poor. You'll never hear them talk about that. Florida Republicans are also sponsoring a separate bill that would make it easier to sue media for defamation. This is a proposal being personally pushed by Governor Ron DeSantis, or as I like to call him, Ron DeSatan. DeSatan has made criticizing the media a major facet of his national profile as he gears up for an expected 2024 presidential run, employing a tactic popular with Republicans who view news outlets as being biased against conservatives. And nothing could be further from the truth. The media is not biased against conservatives. It would be nice if they really did point out the evilness of conservatism worldwide, but they don't. What is really going on with the media is that in America we have a free media, and our media here in America is probably the most diverse in the world. News stories are told from every perspective. For example, what it's like to be black in America, or what it's like to be LGBTQ in America, or what it's like to be an immigrant in America, or what it's like to be a white Midwestern farmer in America. Everyone's opinion gets heard in America, and that is what really gets under the skin of Republicans. To them, only their opinion matters, and only their desires are important. As America becomes more and more diverse, Republicans/conservatives are beginning to realize they will never, ever be able to convince a diverse population to live by their conservative standards. This is why you are seeing so many hate bills and free speech suppression bills being passed in Florida and other Republican controlled states. They couldn't convince the people, so now they are trying to strong arm the populations they roll over, almost like tiny dictators. This is a similar tactic other dictators use, making it illegal to criticize the government, and then it leads to what we have in Russia, where all political opponents to conservative President Vladimir Putin mysteriously jumps out of windows. What Republicans are trying to do in Florida is a clear violation of the First Amendment because it strongly discourages bloggers from speaking on politics, one of the most critical types of speech for maintaining a free democracy.